We all see Larry as a masculine man. He's 300 pounds of muscle. He's over 6 feet tall. He has a very deep voice. You wouldn't think that he would be a simp, beta, cuck, but yet here it is. She interrupts him, interjects, and she answers the question for Larry Wheels. Coach Greg, in today's video, ClavIcular calls out Larry Wheels.
I sort of feel like, and I think you're gonna sort of agree with me here, is that you love your wife so much that sometimes you're not willing to put your foot down and say things that you don't like. And that's really good that you feel so passionately about her. That means the relationship is good. The attraction's there, and I'm very happy for you about that. But I think you're so worried about losing her sometimes that you're sort of losing yourself, and you're losing.
But I think you're also looking just not from your perspective, how you would. I don't think you really look at things objectively. I think that's the problem here. You look how you would act in a situation that you're in. You don't understand it.
Can you feel the masculine energy from Larry's wife? He's talking to Larry, having a conversation. You clearly love your wife. You'll do anything for her. You love her. But that can, as he was trying to explain, sometimes cause you to simp just a little bit. Sometimes you put your partner's feelings over your own. You'll say nice, you'll do all the things she asks, you'll be overly nice, you won't put your foot down. And because of that, you're losing yourself. We've seen it in countless videos. She's interrupting, she's talking, she's saying things like, well, I can have male friends, but you can't have female friends. She, with the use of AI, generates a photo of her hugging on Rampage Jackson while he's watching. He's being embarrassed by her. She's saying how hot other men are in public. Oh, he is a 10. Or saying, hey, you're struggling to have kids because likely the use of performance-enhancing drugs. And so perhaps we could get somebody's DNA that looks like you, namely The Rock. Or when she said she would like to tattoo that famous tennis player, Novak Djokovic. And so she thinks that he's the world. I would like to tattoo him on my back. There's no way any girl of mine is tattooing another man on her back. It ain't happening. That is an immediate no. And so you can sense the divide. And so what is really strange is we all see Larry as a masculine man. He's 300 pounds of muscle. He's over 6 feet tall. He has a very deep voice. You wouldn't think that he would be a simp, beta, cuck for another woman. But yet, here it is. She interrupts him, she interjects, and she answers the question for Larry Wheels. Clav literally says she's kind of manipulating, of which she scoffs. She scoffs at him. In other words, she starts to laugh at the insinuation that this might be doing. All the while, Larry Wheels is taking it all in. He's thinking, you know what, this is probably true, but I don't dare put my foot down. Unless he's at, like a fitness expo and an 80-year-old man takes a photo of him and or her, he'll demand that he shows the photo, a photo taken in a public place that he has every right to do so, of one of his heroes, and embarrasses him publicly, and then they post this video. Oh, that's bad. Oh, and if Dean asks his wife for a hug, well, he's going to get slapped around. But yet he allows his wife to publicly make fun of him, to put him down, to behave in a masculine mindset. She's not acting very feminine. Larry is basically in the back seat with his woman driving.
You love your wife so much that sometimes you're not willing to put your foot down and say things that you don't like.
And so should Larry not be putting his foot down towards his wife? It's one thing to slap Dean, to go up to an 80-year-old man and demand he shows the photo. Yeah, he can act tough towards other men, as long as it's not Rampage Jackson who said,
What do I got to do? Make something like that.
Nigga, I'll go. What?
You're so excited.
If it's a tougher man than him, well, he won't say nothing. Well, he can't, The Rampage has so much money. And so he'll act tough towards other men who are smaller than him, who can't really do anything. Dean, 5'5", the 80-year-old man. But what he won't stand up to is his wife. Has he ever?
And that's really good that you feel so passionately about her. That means the relationship is good. The attraction's there. And I'm very happy for you about that. But I think you're so worried about losing her sometimes that you're sort of losing yourself, and you're losing.
But I think you're also looking just not from your perspective, how you would. I don't think you really look at things objectively.
And so her response, it's valid. She's making sense. Well, how do you know that our dynamic, that isn't good, that we don't like this? Perhaps they do. But it's the fact that she said it and not Larry. That she interrupted, that she spoke for him, if you will. If Larry had said it, hey, look, Clav, I get what you're saying, but I enjoy my wife treating me like this. I like it. I want her to do this. This is what I asked for. And so that is my love language. I'm a beta, feminine, and she's more masculine. She's more dominant, and I want to be dominated by her. I want her to put me in my place and to tell me what to do and when, and that's what makes me happy. Now, if he had said that, hey, who are we to judge? That's what makes Larry happy. But that is not what went down. She interrupted and spoke to him, which is very, very masculine. And so I'm imagining if somebody were to ask me a question and my girlfriend interrupts and says, this is how it's going down, this is why, I'm thinking, okay, now let me answer the question. Larry is not a cuck. Where has bro been? Has he not watched myself, John Bravo, Coach Colton, and among others? The 20 plus videos that have literally shown he is a cuck with proof and receipts? He loves her more than she loves him. That is a huge problem. It's better for a woman to love a man more than a man loves a woman. You might be thinking, no, it should be equal. Equal's fine. But if a man loves a woman more than a woman loves a man, this is a problem. This is not good. You can debate me, you can argue with me, but 70% of divorces are initiated by women. And so by statistics alone, the woman, if she's more into the man than the man into the woman, perhaps that would even things out. And by the way, there's no prenup. You've all seen Shaquille O'Neal, who's valued around net worth of $500 million. Well, his wife, she did a few things, and so they're no longer together, and she received $90 million. That's with an M, $90 million, and also $10,000 a week or whatever as part of alimony. She sees the man's status in money. Status, yes. Money, he spent it all on cam girls. We know that. He has admitted it. That Larry took $50,000, basically stole it from his friend. It's in court. This is with documentation from courts. John Bravo exposed this. And so I'm not making this shit up. I'm saying what actually has transpired. Out of love, he ignores these small acts of disrespect. Small. To use small act and disrespect in the same sentence, there is no small. There's disrespect or there is not. If you're being disrespected, the relationship is over. If a woman sees you this way, doesn't see you as a real man, there is no coming back from this. There are clear signs that she doesn't love him. Now, I'm not going to say that she doesn't love him, but she is not treating him with respect. Women who truly love someone are obsessed with that person. That is what you want. That there is goals. And so perhaps you can love somebody, but not truly respect them. And so what you want is love. And to show that love, it comes from respect. Bro, Larry will slap you harder than last time, of which I would say, do you really want a lawsuit? Like, really? So I report the news. I'm a news reporter. I'm saying exactly what's transpired. I'm not making anything up. John Bravo has the receipts. We've seen exactly what's transpired. And so I'm sharing the news. You really think he can just walk up to me and slap me? And by the way, I am not Dean. You really think Larry is going to come and slap Coach Greg and thinks he would just get away with it? Why? Because he's bigger than me, stronger than me? Guys, it doesn't work like that. Larry knows that I'm not lying. Larry knows that what I'm saying is true. And so if Larry wants to slap somebody about it, he should slap himself. Slap himself silly for falling prey to what he's been doing. And wake the Turk up. We already know the cure is Turk Builder Max, Turk Platinum. I've been saying this in how many videos now, that this wouldn't happen if you're using this. If you use this product and you continue to be a cuck, there's a money back guarantee and a $50 gift card. I think Larry has to talk to more girls in front of his girlfriend. It sounds stupid, but she has to see that another woman will be really happy to have him. It's women's logic. This is partially correct. Your woman, and I mean, it's not for everyone. Remember, I'm not going to make blanket statements saying all women this, all women that, but in general, women want men who other women want. It's called social proofing. They see it. Other women are attracted to you, they're talking to you, they're desiring you, or the simple knowledge that there's other women that find you desirable is going to make you more desirable to your partner. If everyone else thinks that the person that they're with is a loser, that they're unattractive, that they're not a good catch, it might in fact give that woman the ick. And so it isn't bad for your girlfriend and or wife to know that other people are interested in you. Now, you shouldn't be acting on these things, you know, for example, going out with other girls to make your partner jealous. But the simple fact that other women out there do find you attractive, it's going to make you more attractive to the person that you're with. How can Larry be so incredibly strong while at the same time be so weak? Well, to answer that question, this is the exterior shell. This is your physicality, your physical strength. On the opposite end of the spectrum is your mental strength. What's on the inside, the way you think and see the world. Just because you can bench press 500 pounds, deadlift 1,000, doesn't mean that mentally that you're strong. You could collapse from anything to the same extent. Just because you are very, very weak, you can't bench press 135 pounds, you aren't very imposing, you don't have an incredible physique, doesn't mean you don't have a sound mind.
Larry gave me this look when he was like walking out the door, and when he shook my hand, he was like, "Thank you, bro." Like, I know he's in there. I know, you know, there's some...
He said thank you?
I could just tell just by the way that he was like looking at me when he walked out the door. He's like my guy.
And y'all think that Clav is just so neurodivergent, yet he's talking to Larry, and without him saying anything, he can tell that he appreciates him coming to his defense. Sounds like a normal man to me now, doesn't it? And so the title, Clav revealed Larry Wheels thanked him for pressing his wife.
I think that we're still cool. I think there's some part of him that's still in there. We just got to wake him up.
And so, of course, they're cool. If he wasn't, remember, Clav is significantly smaller than him. He would have slapped him. And so by not slapping him, he's essentially condoning his behavior.
You're the man in the relationship. You're, bringing all the bread to the table. It's like, you shouldn't have to be allowed to do anything. You should be able to do whatever you want, right?
Well, I think if that's your mindset, you're going to have a hard time in a relationship.
Brainwashed! Tell me you're brainwashed without telling me you're brainwashed. It's because Larry Wheels has absolutely zero red pilled in him whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying you should all be red pilled, but there's certain aspects of it that make sense. To think that your woman can control your behaviors. When a woman tries and succeeds at changing your behavior, you lose. And by lose, I'm talking about you're losing the relationship, which is a 1 + 1 = 3. She does not want to be able to control you. She might say that she does. She might act like she does. She might, in fact, try to do so. But if she says, stop doing this, stop doing that, please don't do this, please don't do that, and you say, yes, ma'am, yes, masty, it's not going to be very good.
I mean, we've been making this work for 5 years now, 2 years married, and if that was my mindset, she would not be here today. Like, I think I am bringing bread to the table, but we are a team, and a lot of the clips that have gone viral are because of her interaction. She's been carrying a lot of streams, right? So in a way, she has been contributing because of her presence and the shit she's saying on stream to help us go viral.
Yeah, and so it's so great, the reason we're going viral and why everyone is seeing me this way and why is because, she's completely mocking me as a human being, as a man. I'm going viral for all the wrong reasons, and it's thanks to her. And so thank you, wife. We're going viral. Your self-worth, self-esteem, your image, all of this is not worth the money that you're making. Larry was doing great. Amazing content. He was posting on YouTube, collaborating with hundreds of different influencers and getting millions and millions of views. And now he's trying to say that she's carrying the streams. It's because of her. She's making fun of you. She's mocking you. She's embarrassing you. This is not what you want. You don't want to be famous for having your wife mock you on the internet. That's what you like. That's how you want to be known. That's what you want your image to be.
Because of her presence and the shit she's saying on stream to help us go viral, to stay relevant, and which helps us secure a bag. A
bag of which she can take 50% of upon the divorce.
I really like Rampage. He's a great guy. But the thing that kind of comes to mind when I see that clip, I wouldn't really want to be friends with someone or who's going to, even make jokes in that context about a wife or someone who I am deeply in love with.
There was no slap to Rampage Jackson. Everyone cheered for Larry for slapping Dean. And was Dean acting any different than Rampage? Oh, give me a hug, cuz. Oh, come in here, give me a hug. Give a brother a hug. Rampage. Oh, you want some money? Let me bang your wife. Your wife hot as hell, though. And upon talking about having sex with married people...
I don't mess with married women.
You seen that video from John Bravo? You seen it? If I had a friend of mine who was disrespecting me and my girlfriend in that fashion, you really think I would be hanging around with that person? Now, I wouldn't slap the guy. I'd be like, bro, you can't talk to her like this. This is not respectful to me nor to her. It's got to stop. He continues, we don't hang out ever again. It's as simple as that. This is how most people deal with things. You don't have to beat the crap out of them. You don't have to slap them straight. You just don't associate with them anymore. You say, this behavior I don't want, I don't like, please stop. And if they don't, you move on. Is that complicated? And so a rare W for Clav calling out Larry Wheels and his wife. Now, if you're interested in being sponsored by HELT Supplements, aside from Clav, of course, we cannot have Clav as part of HELT Supplements. Please click the link and apply. If you'd like to have the supplements in your stores and or gym, you can click the link and apply. Coaching plans by myself and my team, the link yet again. And if you want to get HRT, enclomiphene, GLPs, the list goes on and on. Go to AlgoRx, also get your blood work. And remember, they prescribe prescription medications, all 100% legal, pharmaceutical grade. It's not some SARM's website. They only prescribe what's legal, and you will get it to your door. And so if you're interested, code Greg for 10% off. Subscribe, the bell button, the bloops, watch one of them, click the like, and of course, subscribe to the video right now. Go watch all my other videos. And until next time, I am out.